So who here has ever looked into the mirror in the morning and thought, oh, my hair looks horrible today, or, ooh, that needs improvement? Show of hands. Okay. So I'm assuming the ones who didn't raise their hands wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror, and says, wow, you're a champion today, or wow, look at that hunk in the mirror, and maybe gives a little flex or something. So either way, how people see you rather than how you see yourself is most likely completely different than your own personal perspective. Now, my name is Nick Carlton, and I'm a sales management trainee for Enterprise, here to tell you a little bit about myself. So, I moved back and forth all my life from Dallas to Chicago. Born in Dallas, actually Plano to be exact. At a young age, first and second grade, moved up to Chicago, third and fourth grade in Dallas, fifth grade through first half of freshman year at Allen, so a different part of Dallas, and then finished out high school in Chicago, and then when I went to college, mom moved back down to Dallas. So I had no siblings growing up. I always wanted a big brother. Now, it was pretty lonely at times, that's for sure, but you know, back in the day I had my video games to look back on, and Christmas was always great because I got all the presents. Now, I went to the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, for 3.5 years. Ended up being a little too expensive down the stretch, and ended up having to transfer. Did anyone go to Texas Tech or Texas State? Okay, cool. So yeah, I was actually going to go to Texas Tech. They wanted me to stay too long, so I'll be attending Texas State in the fall to get an advertising degree with a minor in business administration. So now that you know a little more about me, maybe your perspective will change as I go throughout this speech, and you learn even more about me, and I dive even deeper into who I am as a person. So so I'll be sharing 4 objects that dive deeper into my life and will give you a better idea of who I am. So my first object here is the Dallas Cowboys football. Now this object actually resonates a lot with me. I mean, there's so much history in this football here. Throughout all those moves, it was always in my room, on my bed. It was always there. If I was bored, I would just, play catch with myself. This football also was the football that my dad and I would throw at Dallas Cowboy game like tailgates, and before the game we would be grilling out. I can almost smell like the hot dogs and burgers we were cooking up and tossing the football a little bit. So it's been around for many years, and it really resonates with me. This brings me to my second object, which is an object that people don't really know, not everyone knows about, and I haven't said anything about it yet, but this is a published book that I wrote in the first grade. So I'm usually not out here flaunting the fact that I wrote a book in the first grade. It'd be great if I wrote it like last week or something, but I don't really keep it a secret either. I usually don't. It's not the first thing I tell people, but down the road it's like, oh, by the way, I'm a published author, and they're like, wow, no way. And then it's not as exciting as it seems. But basically, my friends and I back in high school actually tried to market and sell this book because I had a ton of stock of it. And so if any of you guys want it, let me know, $10, and I'll sign everything. But we marketed, tried to sell it around the school, made some sales to the teachers, tried to get it into elementary schools, and eventually that dwindled away when we all graduated. So I like to tell a joke and say that, yeah, I peaked in the first grade because it is a great accomplishment for me. Now, this third object is an object of a way that someone sees you that I disagree with. So someone sees me this way and I don't agree with the way that they see me. And for this one, I have a picture of my fraternity composite, Delta Sigma Phi, and a fraternity Greek shirt here. So basically, when I tell people I'm in a fraternity, they think, oh, okay, you are a stereotypical fraternity guy, you don't really care, you're crazy, you're wild. Now, that's not the case. They must really like the movies Animal House and Old School, because that's not how every fraternity is. It's not out of those movies. Now, I pride myself on being the opposite of a stereotypical frat dude. I pride myself on being a caring and respectful person to anyone who's the same as me. So overall, joining fraternity is one of the best decisions I've ever made. I don't really care what people think, but I do pride myself on being different than some of the other guys in fraternities. Now this brings me to my last object, and for this object, someone who knows me really well had to choose it for me. And my friend Chris, I called him up, I said, if you had to choose one object to describe me, what would it be? And he said, a McDonald's Happy Meal. So today I have a toy, and this represents the McDonald's Happy Meal. And I asked him why. I was a little confused. I thought, okay, I'm usually a happy guy. But then he explained, he elaborated. He goes, yeah, with a Happy Meal, everyone loves a Happy Meal. I go, oh, thanks. He goes, yeah, and you're accessible. Like McDonald's is on every corner. You can get a Happy Meal wherever. I'm accessible to him and my other friends whenever they need me. Now the toy is where it got a little tricky. He said I was a wild card. He said that I was unpredictable, in other words. And although I might be unpredictable, it was never a bad thing. It was always a satisfying outcome, because at the end of the day, you get a free toy. So I've told you a little bit more about myself and my core values, and I'm sure your perspectives of me has changed a little bit. Now, again, I'm just a loving and caring guy who peaked in the first grade, who loves sports, loves the Dallas Cowboys, and prides himself on being a lover to all. So thank you for spending time with me. Looking forward to learning more about you as well.